Hello, this is Rory with a Love Chat, and today's topic is, has my ex moved on? Now, this is video number 64. If you have a question you'd like for me to consider featuring on the Love Chat, please write it in a comment below, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and hit like. Additionally, I've begun a Patreon, and you can visit www.patreon.com/thelovechat. There you can subscribe to the Love Chat and receive exclusive new videos, private live streams with me, and I'll be handing out tons of discount codes on the coaching. Now then, has my ex moved on? Now, this is something that we all worry about after the breakup, when we're still pining for our ex. And the question really falls to, is my ex showing signs that she or he or they is no longer interested? And what we need to do during this time is retreat, fall back, and focus on yourself. And think to yourself, I'm not thinking logically in this moment. I'm unable to make wise, emotional, mental, etc. Those types of decisions are beyond me at this moment because I'm affected by this breakup. And so all of my actions, all of my moods, good or bad, frankly, is informed by the fact that I still want my ex back. I still have a horse in this race. But what we need to do is get ourselves to a point where we don't really care what happens. Or perhaps to be more specific, we are okay with whatever happens. Be it your ex comes back, be it you move on or they move on. We need to get ourselves to a point where we are at peace with whatever life is going to bring to us. Because in that moment, that's when you learn true inner strength and inner peace. Because you're no longer willing to place your happiness on something that you do not control. Now, the question is, has my ex moved on? How can I tell if my ex has moved on? And while I don't like answering this type of question because it focuses on your ex instead of on you, there are some signs we can look towards that suggest, keyword, suggest, not prove, that your ex is moving on. So here's some of the things you want to look out for. And I can't stress this enough. Just because you see one of the signs, two of the signs, it does not mean for sure that your ex has moved on. And so for those of you worried that, oh no, my ex has shown me sign 3, this doesn't mean that they're definitely gone for good. What it means is at this moment, they're not interested in a relationship. This could change any day, any time. So, here are some of the things that I've seen that usually suggest that your ex is moving on. The first of which is that your ex does not appear emotional at all around you. Remember that the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. And so if your ex is completely indifferent around you, they don't care really about anything, that doesn't mean they're being cold, that doesn't mean they're being mean, it means that they're just like, oh cool, oh you're dating somebody new, that's cool. The next of which is your ex goes through great lengths to try and reassure you that you were a great partner to them, and they try and give you all the closure that you could want. And they explain to you that the relationship wasn't working for them, and it wasn't a big breakup. It was a gentle, calm, I hesitate to use this word, but peaceful breakup. This shows that your ex has thought through their decision, and they know what they're getting themselves into. However, if there's a bunch of yelling and screaming and it's a big blowout fight, the likelihood that they've really thought about it isn't as good. Remember, it's possible for your ex to still care about you, but not want to be with you in that way. They may realize that this relationship is keeping them from something they need to be doing, or keeping them from a life situation that they think they need to be involved in. The third point is, your ex is in a relationship, and they have been for at least 4 to 5 months. Now, as you all know, I hate providing you with specific numbers because there's just no accounting for human behavior. We are all so very different, and we all have different breaking points, different limits, different definitions, and so while behavior in general is quite scripted, there are always variables that we can't account for. And so just because I say 4 to 5 months, that's an estimation. That's not a definite number. But typically, if it's been over 8-9 months after the breakup, and typically your ex has moved on with somebody new after that 8 to 9 months, this typically means that they are focusing their attention and their emotions elsewhere. The last sign I'll bring up today is that your ex reaches out to handle any business that you both had together. This includes handing you back any stuff of theirs or of yours, vice versa, and to deal with any bills that perhaps you both share, and your ex is just cutting all the ties in order to separate both of your lives. This suggests that your ex at this moment is interested in moving forward in their life and wants you to move forward in your life as well. And in this way, they're not going to be reaching out after this point. They're not going to be talking to you after this point. In means, really in their own mind, I guess I'll put it this way. They're interested in focusing on themselves and not reaching out to you because they realize that when they reach out to you, it's going to keep you hooked on them, and they don't want to do that to you. So these are some of the signs that are certainly less talked about. But I implore you not to simply lose hope and stop working on yourself just because you've heard something from one of these lists. You have to remember that I'm always very clear to say I'm not a mind reader and I'm not a future teller, and so we don't know what the future holds. And I'm always so critical of you guys to focus on yourselves, not on your ex, because we don't control your ex. And I would so much rather you focus on self-improvement than my ex fit into one of these categories, or my ex fit into all those categories, and so that must mean they're never coming back. What it means is that the likelihood and the data would suggest that they're beginning to move on. However, I don't want you to focus on this. I want you to focus on yourself. In fact, the big reason I answered this question this week is because it was requested, no joke, about over 300 times. And so I really want you to focus on yourself during this moment. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. And focus on yourself so at the end of this tunnel, at the end of this journey, you are the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. That's all I had for today. If you found my video helpful, I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribe and hit like. Please leave a comment below and tell me what topics you want me to cover in the future. Also, if you'd like to support The Love Chat, visit patreon.com/thelovechat. Or if you'd like to do a Skype or email coaching, be sure to visit thelovechat.net/coaching. Also, don't forget that we're doing a live stream November 14th. That's Wednesday, November 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see everybody there. Until next time.